All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that totally reframes what most of us think we know about yoga. We're going way, way beyond just the physical stretches to uncover this incredible, ancient system. We're talking 2,500 years old, for mastering the mind and really discovering who we are. Okay, let's jump right in.
So, the source we're looking at kicks things off with this really powerful idea. It basically suggests that all the chaos we see out there in the world, it's just a reflection of the chaos happening inside of us. And that sets the stage perfectly, because the system we're about to unpack, well, it's not about getting super flexible, it's about finding real, lasting inner peace.
Which, brings us to the big question. If yoga isn't just a workout, then what is it really? Well, the source material, which is a modern take on the ancient Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, it gives us this incredible, super structured answer. Think of it like a roadmap, a map for a journey deep inside yourself. And here's that roadmap, broken down for us. We're going to walk through this journey in 5 main parts. First, we'll look at yoga's true purpose. Then we'll cover the ethical foundation. After that, it's mind, body, and breath. Then we take the journey inward. And finally, we get to the destination, oneness.
Okay, so part 1, yoga's true purpose. What is the big picture here? Well, our source lays it out as this ancient system for self-discovery, and it's structured so beautifully as the 8 limbs on the tree of life. It's not just a checklist of things to do, It's a path you walk, a real journey that guides you from the busy outside world right to the core of who you are.
And here they are, the 8 limbs. This is the heart of the whole system. And I want you to notice the flow here, because it's a very deliberate progression. The journey always moves inward. The source uses this great analogy. It's like peeling an onion. You start with the outer layers, your relationship with the world, and you move step by step, deeper and deeper toward the very center of your own consciousness.
So, how does this journey actually begin? Well, it starts with the first 2 limbs, which are all about building an ethical foundation. And the logic is pretty simple. Before you can do any of this deep inner work, you've got to get your outer life in order first. You can basically think of these as the 10 commandments of yoga. You've got the yamas, those are the don'ts, all about how we interact with others. So things like nonviolence, being truthful, not stealing. And then you have the niyamas, the do's, which are about our personal habits, like purity, contentment, self-discipline. The idea is so simple but so profound. You just can't find peace on the inside if your life on the outside is a total mess. This is what creates the stability for everything else.
Okay, so once that foundation is in place, then we can move on to the parts that might feel a little more familiar to most of us. These are the actual tools we're going to use to get our mind and body ready for that much deeper internal journey that's coming up.
All right, let's talk about asana, the physical postures. This is what pretty much everyone in the West pictures when they hear yoga, right? But just look at this classic definition from the Yoga Sutras. The whole original purpose wasn't about getting a six-pack or touching your toes. It was about one thing, creating a steady, comfortable, and still posture for meditation. And here is the absolute kicker. The physical practice, the part that gets like 99% of the attention, is just 1/8 of the entire system. Just one single limb on that tree of life. I mean, that one fact alone completely changes how you see your time on the mat, doesn't it? It's huge. Okay, moving on to the 4th limb, we have pranayama, which is all about breath control. This is the practice of consciously, deliberately regulating your breath, your inhales and your exhales. And according to our source, the whole point is to calm your nervous system. I love this metaphor they use. It's like fine-tuning your radio station, away from all that static and stress, and tuning into the clear, quiet frequency of your true self. All right, this is a huge turning point in the journey. The first 4 limbs we just talked about, they were all about getting our external world and our physical body ready. Now, with this 5th limb, we make a conscious shift. We turn our attention away from the outer world and start exploring the inner landscape of the mind.
So this crucial turning point, this 5th limb, is called pratyahara. And the source makes it really clear. This isn't about just, closing your eyes or putting in earplugs. It's an active, conscious process of pulling your awareness back from the five senses. You basically stop letting the outside world dictate where your attention goes, and you pull that focus inward to start the real work of self-knowledge.
And that leads us right into the final stages of the inner practice. First, you have dharana, which is concentration. This is the effortful part. You're holding your mind on one single thing, like your breath, and every time it wanders, you have to bring it back. It takes work, but when that effort starts to fall away, it deepens into dhyana, or true meditation. That's when your focus becomes this effortless, smooth, uninterrupted flow of awareness on that single point.
And now we've arrived at the eighth and final limb. This is it, the ultimate destination of the whole journey. And what's so cool is how our source connects this ancient mystical concept with really modern language, describing it as merging with, get this, the quantum field. This state is called samadhi. It's the grand finale of the whole path. It's a state of absorption so total that your very sense of being a separate you just dissolves. The one who is thinking, the process of thinking, and the thing being thought about, they all fuse together into one seamless, harmonious whole. Wow.
And this slide just illustrates that point so brilliantly. You've got mystics and modern scientists often describing the exact same reality, just using different words. On one side, a 15th century mystic says the ocean merges into the drop. On the other, our modern source says the entire universe exists inside your heart. It's amazing. One looks outward with a telescope, the other looks inward, and they both find the universe.
Okay, so what are the big takeaways here? Let's recap. 1. Yoga isn't a workout. It's a full 8-step system for mastering your own mind. 2. The journey is structured, moving logically from your outer life to your inner consciousness. 3, and this is a big one, the physical poses are only 1/8 of the whole path. And 4, the end goal is a state of oneness, a concept you hear about from both ancient mystics and modern scientists.
I want to leave you with this one last beautiful metaphor from the source because it just sums up this entire journey so perfectly. So many of us spend our lives searching outside ourselves for happiness, for peace, for some kind of meaning, when the whole time, the greatest treasure imaginable has been right here waiting inside us.
Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. This incredible roadmap has been laid out for thousands of years. It suggests that everything you're searching for, the entire universe even, is already inside of you. The only question is, are you ready to look?